Hello everyone, welcome back once again to another awesome video. High quality entertainment to make you happy during the day. Well, anyways, another crazy thought came to my mind like they do every 5 seconds is what happens to these bands when the front man is such a good looking guy? It seems like they can just never be taken serious no matter what they do. And prime example will be White Lion and Winger. If you were around during the 80s when these guys were coming out, and I actually saw both these bands. I like Winger once. I can't remember who they were opening up for, but in the late 80s, it might have been Rat. And I saw White Lion like a couple times. I remember they opened for Ozzy and they opened for White Snake. And I think it was a Great White, White Lion, and White Snake because I remember there was like a three white thing. And anyways, but seeing them live, they're both really good. So I remember White Lion, Vito Bratta being an awesome guitar player, and I can't quite remember the drummer's name, but he was really good. And even Mike Tramp was a good front man, a good singer. And Winger especially because, you know, Kip's, a good singer, good bass player. He played with Alice Cooper, and you had Reb Beach, who, Reb is an awesome guitar player, and Rod Morgenstein on drums. I mean, he's awesome in Winger, but he's drummed at a lot of other groups, and he's like extremely technical and sound, but he just, he doesn't show off in Winger. He just plays what's needed to be played, but he's like a phenomenally talented drummer. But I always remember these bands never really getting taken too serious by my hard rock buddies because they were just pretty boys, especially they'd look at somebody like Winger and, oh, that guy, all he is just a good looking guy with, great hair and a great smile. And one time it might have been in the 90s or early 2000s, Kip Winger was doing an interview on a local radio station where I was living at the time, and they were even joking with him about, man, you were like so good looking, and he had a sense of humor. So yeah, there were times I thought maybe I should like take a knife or like some sandpaper and just scar my face up a little bit so I wouldn't be so good looking. So he had a sense of humor about it and all that kind of stuff. But there's been other examples of this throughout the years, not just in, metal, hard rock. These guys aren't really metal, they're more like hard rock and 80s rock stuff, but they just were so good looking that, how can you take them serious? It's like, okay, women love to scream for them and men and kind of make fun of them and stuff. But regardless of that, I was probably more of a Winger fan than White Lion. I mean, White Lion had some songs I liked, but I didn't know their catalog all that well. I mean, I know their hits, and I've listened to a few of the records, but Winger I always liked because I liked all the guys in the band, especially, Rod Morgenstein. I'd watched a lot of his instructional videos and read about him a lot in Modern Drummer at the time, and he was just phenomenal. And he talked about getting into Wingers, which obviously he was playing in more technical bands and stuff where he wasn't making like a ton of money, so he kind of even said, hey, now I can go into this and actually, make some money and make a living at it. But, these guys, they're pretty cool. And I see Mike Tramp, he's still out there now, kind of touring. So are all these guys, but Mike Tramp's still kind of doing a variation of himself. And I don't know if he's calling it just Mike Tramp or if he's calling it White Lion, but he's still out there doing it and, doing a pretty good job with it. And these guys are all pretty cool, I suppose. But if you compare these guys to like more tougher looking dudes, it's always like the guys that are sort of rougher looking guys that they just automatically seem to be taken more serious just based on the way they look. And it's like, is it really fair because, oh, he's hot, so you can't take him serious? Or these guys, predominantly their fans are women, so not these particular bands per se, but like, a band like Journey would get ripped on because, well, their fans are mostly women, so you can't really take them serious. It's got to be like this rough, tough guys throwing each other around in a mosh pit type thing to be taken seriously. Well, anyways, that's today's thought of the day, unless I get another thought later on in the day. Well, anyways, thanks for sticking around, and hopefully you have a great day wherever you are in the world, and we'll talk to you later.